Strategic Analysis Summary, Defensive Reasoning and Organizational Learning. The central paradox for strategic leadership is why highly capable, well-intentioned individuals and organizations consistently engage in behaviors counterproductive to their own goals. Despite espousing a desire for innovation and efficiency, leaders and employees often become trapped in cycles that prevent the implementation of the very changes they seek, frequently resulting in a feeling of helplessness or victimhood against systemic demands. The root of this paradox lies not in skill deficiency, but in a deeply ingrained, self-protective mindset. According to Chris Argyris, this phenomenon is driven by defensive reasoning and the powerful, often invisible, organizational defensive routines they create and maintain. This analysis deconstructs these mechanisms, providing a clear analytical framework to illuminate the causal links between individual mindsets and systemic routines, showing how they inhibit critical learning. By understanding this chain, leaders can move beyond superficial fixes and begin to enable effective strategic change, ensuring plans can survive contact with organizational reality. The core conflict: two mindsets of reasoning. The strategic success of any organization hinges on the quality of its collective thinking. Underlying every decision is a fundamental reasoning process, a mindset that dictates how individuals and teams respond to challenges. This analysis contrasts the two opposing mindsets: defensive and productive reasoning. The defensive reasoning mindset is programmed for self-protection from embarrassment or threat. Its logic is insular. Its primary goal is self-preservation, not the discovery of valid understanding. Claims are tested using self-sealing logic, meaning they are validated by the same logic that generated them in the first place, reinforcing bias. This mindset involves the avoidance of transparency to protect the self, coupled with the denial that this protection is the primary motive. To be effective, the act of concealing difficult truths must itself be concealed, creating layers of undiscussable issues profoundly counterproductive to genuine problem-solving. In contrast, productive reasoning is dedicated to generating valid and testable knowledge and making informed choices. It requires individuals to make their personal reasoning transparent, exposing premises and inferences to encourage robust challenge and ensure claims are tested with logic external to their own. This mindset enables error detection and correction and creates the conditions for personal accountability and agency. Individual reasoning mindsets are translated into action through master programs called theories of action. While most people verbally subscribe to values consistent with productive reasoning, espoused theory, the nearly universal theory in use that governs behavior during difficult issues is Model 1, which produces defensive reasoning. Model I theory in use is governed by values focused on unilateral control, striving to win and minimizing losing, and suppressing negative feelings, all while appearing rational. These values predictably lead to a form of skilled incompetence, where individuals act skillfully, e.g., diplomatic avoidance, to produce outcomes that are incompetent with respect to the stated goal, e.g., actually solving the problem. This is shielded by skilled unawareness. Model 2 theory in use enables productive reasoning and double-loop learning. Its core values are producing valid information, ensuring informed choice, and vigilant monitoring of implemented actions. Model 2 is not the simple opposite of Model 1. It is a fundamentally different approach focused on combining advocacy with genuine inquiry and the robust testing of all claims. When individual Model I theories in use converge, they institutionalize into powerful, systemic forces called organizational defensive routines. These are policies, practices, or actions, like sending mixed messages or holding sugar-coated meetings, that prevent the organization from experiencing threat by simultaneously preventing the discovery of the cause of that threat. The primary function of these routines is to create a learning impasse by blocking double-loop learning. Single-loop learning corrects errors without challenging governing values, e.g., improving efficiency. Double-loop learning corrects errors by changing the governing values themselves. Organizational defenses are actively hostile to double-loop learning because questioning fundamental values creates the threat and embarrassment these routines exist to prevent. The high-performing, data-driven culture excelled at single-loop learning, yet exhibited massive strategic inertia in exiting the DRAM business. Middle managers colluded in protecting top management from the harsh reality, creating a domain of undiscussables driven by model on behavior, ensuring strategic blindness despite technical rigor. The TAP story, a medical joint venture, shows a vicious cycle of impression management. The innovation team sugar-coated progress to secure funding, and the resource controllers colluded in the deception by privately discounting the fluff but publicly holding the team to the flawed plans. This collusive routine prevented timely error correction and led directly to project failure. Ultimately, leaders face a fundamental strategic choice. Traditional solutions like reorganizations or new policies are insufficient because they fail to address the underlying Model I mindsets that sabotage them. The core competence for adaptation is choosing to protect the organization from its defensive routines by actively fostering productive reasoning. Leaders must elevate the pursuit of external implementation validity, generating internal commitment, to the same status as strategic planning itself, to ensure strategy succeeds in organizational reality.